Dragonverse fans, it is time. We have finally arrived at the first season of Aquatus. Here at the Dragonverse, you all know the motto: familiar powers, unfamiliar heroes. So, as the first season of Aquatus kicks off, I hope you all enjoy. Previously on Aquatus, with a punch that echoes across the arena, Marinos drifts unconscious. Take him away. Execution, just like his father. I have decided that you will become the newest Aquatus. Aquatus, General Marcos, and the guards arrive at the blackened trench. We begin as Septima and Costas swim back home. Septima, I'm sorry. You should be. I trusted you with one of my most precious gifts to this world. This is how you repay me? It was never my intention for things to go this way. At what point did you agree to keep this hidden from me? A month before the tournament. Not once during that month did you think to inform me? Costas remained silent. Didn't think I needed to. His enthusiasm to compete was fun to see. It was a lapse in judgment. He's only 16. While he may be enthusiastic, he needs it tempered by the wisdom of his elders. Perhaps Nikias sought me out for this very reason. He knew I'd be willing to go along with his plan. That hardly lessens my frustrations. I am his mother. Everything I do is to keep my sons alive. Now my eldest son is swimming to his death because you hid this from me. I can't forgive this. I understand, Septima. I promise you, one day, I'll make this up to you. Septima's anger propels her forward. King Phaedrus retires to his chambers. Queen Mother Nerissa enters a moment later. She folds her arms. Something wrong? Why didn't you execute him? In a way, I already have. Yes, but who knows how long it'll take for those beasts to kill him? If the stories are true, it won't take that long. Then he'll be dead. End of story. Phaedrus, a king is supposed to make decisions even when they're hard. I did. I sentenced a boy to death. There was nothing easy about it. I simply believe an immediate end was more preferable. Well, if you were king, you could have carried that out. Since I am king, everyone will have to respect my decision. What do you think will happen when the people learn there's a new Aquatus? That name has always given them hope. Aquatus, champion of Poseidon. I remember father telling me about the deeds of Aquatus, stopping the Karkaran uprising, negotiating peace between warring seaborne tribes, defending Meropis from the beasts of the blackened trench. Truly inspiring. Yet you saw fit to give this great honor to this boy, instead of someone more deserving, like Theneus. Why? Your question for mine. Who will the people side with? Their king or Aquatus? Their king. Exactly. I didn't name him Aquatus in some grand ceremony. I gave him the title and sent him away. Nobody will ever know. What of our creator? They say each time a king names a new Aquatus, he knows. King Phaedrus waves his hand dismissively. I don't concern myself with his thoughts. If you say so, my son. So long as you are confident in your decisions. Trust me, mother, Aquatus will perish, and so will the significance of the title. Septima returns home. Costas swims at a distance behind her. She is surprised to see Nikias' friends waiting with Aeneas and Damon. Mother, you've returned. Is Nikias with you? Septima kisses him on the forehead. I'm sorry, Aeneas. Your brother, he was sent to the blackened trench. I wanted to stop it, but he wouldn't let me. Everyone realizes the gravity of the situation. The blackened trench? Even father didn't want to go there. I know. What are we going to do? Right now, I need to calm down, or I may tear the remainder of this rotted ship to pieces. I'll figure something out. Septima swims away from the concerned friends. Aeneas spots Costas outside. Costas gives him an apologetic look before swimming away. Aquatus swims through the blackened trench. This trench wasn't made for the living. There's no food, No place for me to rest? Nothing. He spots the bones of several large creatures lining the bottom. The walls of the trench are covered with barnacles, urchins, and other parasitic life forms. Aquatus keeps swimming until he reaches a faintly glowing magical barrier. The barrier has several jagged edges and glows a faint red hue. Aquatus observes it. So this is where the monsters appear. The magical barrier remains inactive. Maybe it'll let me find something to eat before trying to kill me. Aquatus keeps swimming past the barrier. Eventually, he gives up trying to find something and returns to his original post. He lays on top of the trench. It feels rough against his skin. If I don't find a way to sustain myself, I won't last very long. I put on a brave face for Mother, but I'm scared. The king fully expects me to die here, and that's a very real possibility. Dying alone. Nobody should have to do that. Aquatus goes silent. Meanwhile, in the trench, the magical barrier begins to shine. Aquatus doesn't seem to notice. A creature emerges from the magical barrier. It takes a moment to observe its surroundings, then focuses on Aquatus's direction and begins to approach him. Aquatus looks up at the endless water above. He briefly thinks about Damon and his enthusiasm to see the surface world. Then Aeneas taking his spyglass from him. As he keeps his attention upward, the beast swims towards him with aggression. It opens its mouth, ready to devour him. That's when he spots it. Aquatus darts out of the way as the beast's jaws shut. Aquatus looks at the creature in front of him. It strongly resembles an eel, but larger than any he's ever seen before. His eyes go wide. The beast's eyes are full of anger and aggression. Aquatus swims in and goes for a punch. It easily slinks out of the way. It goes for a bite that he narrowly avoids. Its large eye focuses on him as the two look at each other. It resumes its attempts to bite him. Aquatus dodges each one, but it gets more difficult each time. Aquatus manages to get his first strike in, punching it down. However, the eel-like beast thrashes out with its tail and smacks Aquatus. He spins backwards before recovering. The two resume their fight. Aquatus uses his spear to keep the beast at bay. It works for a moment until it smacks it out of his hands. Aquatus dodges the next bite, but its teeth slash his arm. Aquatus kicks its body as it swims past. The beast is sent crashing into the trench. Aquatus observes his wound. Not too deep, but it stings. The creature is ready to attack once more. Aquatus sees his spear drifting through the water. The beast dashes towards him at great speed. Aquatus rushes to meet it. The two clash. Aquatus begins to knock the creature about with several punches and kicks. He dodges more bite attacks, but gets hit with another tail attack. Aquatus flips and darts back to the beast. He hits it with a powerful uppercut. The eel shakes its head, opting not to charge him. It circles around him. Aquatus eyes his spear as it now rests on the trench. The beast charges once more. Aquatus grabs its jaws and holds it in place. It can't snap its jaws shut. However, the eel wraps its body around Aquatus, constricting him. As his grip strength wavers, Aquatus is nearly eaten. At the last moment, he twists the creature's mouth and makes it bite itself. It roars in pain. He slips out of its hold and swims for his weapon. The beast charges after him. Aquatus grabs the spear and swims above the creature faster than it can react. He kicks it in the neck before plunging his spear in the same spot. The creature howls in pain before going limp. Aquatus takes a moment to catch his breath. The eel's body begins to float down. It lands with a firm impact. Aquatus swims down to its body. As he makes sure it's finished, his stomach growls. I can't eat this. Can I? Using his spear, he carves some flesh off of the eel. With some hesitation, he eats it. Aquatus's face twists in discomfort. It's better than starving. Aquatus keeps eating the eel, but he doesn't enjoy his meal. Septima eats silently with Aeneas and Damon. While the two are still eating, she swims into the galley. She begins to prepare more food. However, she wraps it tightly in seaweed. What are you doing? Preparing food for your brother. But he's not here. I know, sweetie. I'm going to him. The boys look shocked. Mother, are you sure you want to go alone? Yeah, let us come with you. Oh, my sweet boys. I appreciate it, but I'm going alone. It's dangerous. She gives him a small smile. Then I'll be careful. We want to see Nikias too. Septima hugs them both. I know. If you have anything to say to him, tell me, and I'll relay it. The two think for a moment. Tell him that when he gets back, we'll start training. We don't need Costas. Damon pulls out his spyglass and offers it to his mom. When he gets back, he can give this to me. Septima takes the spyglass. I need to finish. You two, go begin your lessons. The boys swim away as Septima continues her preparations. A day later, Aquatus patrols the trench. As he swims along the dark corridor, he sighs. First few days haven't been so bad. I have partially solved my dietary needs. Now I just need somewhere better to rest. Aquatus sees a red flash in the distance. At least it'll keep me busy. Aquatus continues to swim towards the light. When he arrives, he sees a rather large crustacean. Its large pincers snap loudly. Aquatus' stomach growls again. I love a good crustacean, though this looks more like a weird crab-lobster hybrid. Hopefully this one tastes good. Aquatus eagerly darts in and begins the battle. He hits the beast with a powerful uppercut, sending it hurtling backwards. It crashes into the trench walls, causing rubble to fall. Aquatus continues to punch the creature until it's lifted out of the trench. It scurries quickly to its feet, ready for battle. Aquatus swims in, dodging a pincer. He lands a kick right in its mouth. He prepares another attack, but gets backhanded by a pincer. Aquatus recovers quickly. The two have a brief standoff. The creature leaps towards him, surprising him with its powerful legs. Leading with its pincers, it tries to snap him in half. Instead, he swims out of harm's way. He dive bombs towards the creature and hits it along its spine. The creature cries out in pain. Aquatus prepares another stab, but its tail flicks up and smacks him hard. Aquatus hurtles towards a waiting pincer. Aquatus stabs the pincer with his spear. He catches the other pincer as it comes for him. It begins to tighten, straining his muscles. The creature nearly has him until he lets out a war cry of his own. He pushes the pincer away. The tail swings at him again. He stops it and wraps his arms around it as best he can. He begins to slam the hard-shelled creature over and over again. Once it's good and dazed, he throws his spear with great force into where its brain should be. Connects, cracking the shell with a loud impact. The crustacean-like creature stops moving. Aquatus takes a moment to catch his breath. However, his anticipation is too great. He swims down towards the lifeless carcass. His stomach eagerly awaits a sensation. Aquatus once again takes a piece of the beast's legs and bites into it. As he swallows, Aquatus' head hangs with great sadness. It tastes even worse than the eel. Aquatus laments his fate as he continues to eat the leg. Well, on the bright side, these two battles were pretty easy. Maybe this won't be so bad after all. As Septima continues to make preparations to visit Nikias, she receives several more visitors: Starfin, Goldscale, and Coral. Hello, Septima. She gives the three a small smile. Starfin, Goldscale, Coral, greetings. To what do I owe the pleasure? We wanted to offer our apologies for what happened. We played a part in his plan. The three look disappointed with themselves. I even helped him disguise himself so he could get inside Meropis. Coral touches the talisman on her neck. I thank you all for this, but you're young. You were helping your friend. I can't fault you for that. After all, I've done the same. So, you're not angry with us? Not nearly as much as the three of you clearly expected. Relief washes over the three Seaborn teenagers' faces. How was he when you saw him? He was acting brave for me. Can I come with you to see him? No, I don't want to endanger you. Any of you. Please? When I last saw him, I thought I had more time to... I don't want anything to happen to him. The girl goes silent, but Septima understands. She smiles. I see. If you have something you wish to say, tell me, and I'll relay it. Just that we're sorry, and that we hope he kicks some tailfin while he's out there. Sorry for calling the tournament stupid. Tell him that I can't wait to see him again. He will love hearing from all of you. With that, the trio wave goodbye and leave. Septima finishes everything. She ties the barrel to her back with some help from Aeneas and Damon. She kisses each son on the forehead before heading towards the blackened trench. Aquatus swims around the magical barrier. He stops swimming and analyzes it. How does this work? Aquatus pokes it, but nothing happens. The barrier is warm to the touch. It pulses with a strange energy. Next, he pokes at it with his spear. Nothing. Aquatus sighs. If you're going to send another creature, do it now. Thanks. Suddenly, the barrier flashes brightly in his eyes, and he has to cover them. Something rushes out of the barrier and hits him, knocking him backward. When Aquatus recovers, he sees a massive orca. Like the previous beasts, it's a bit larger than usual, with enough differences in detail. Aquatus readies himself. I've handled the last two beasts. Surrender, now. The beast simply glares at him before charging at terrifying speed, faster than the eel. Its jaws open, and Aquatus swims out of the way. He uppercuts the creature, but it hardly reacts. Instead, it smacks him with its tail, and he crashes into the ground. He prepares to get up, but the orca rams into him, driving him further into the trench. Aquatus is buried deeper and deeper by the second. Eventually, he manages to kick the orca. It takes several powerful kicks to get the orca to turn back. Aquatus takes a moment to catch his breath. He then speeds out of the rubble. However, the orca tries to bite his head off the moment he appears. He manages to wedge his spear between its jaws. As it begins to shut, the spear nearly snaps. At the last moment, Aquatus kicks the beast across the jaw and retrieves the spear. The orca recovers quickly and swims for him again. Aquatus charges head on. He headbutts the monster, but he's the one sent hurtling through the water. He narrowly avoids several large chomps. The beast is relentless. Using its head, it hits Aquatus, sending him flying upwards. As it opens its jaw for another bite attempt, Aquatus grits his teeth. He throws his spear at it. It spins out of the way, but its tail is clipped. It still continues its charge. Aquatus hits it with 3 powerful punches. At last, his foe staggers. Now it's Aquatus' turn to go on the offensive. With blow after blow, he hammers the orca like beast. However, the beast doesn't give in. With its wounded tail, it smacks him. Then it waves its tail back and forth, scattering blood in the water. Then, it retreats. Aquatus prepares for it to attack. He keeps his head on a swivel. He spots his spear drifting towards the trench. He takes a risk and dives for it. The orca is waiting for him. He manages to avoid its full bite, but some of its teeth scrape his back. Wincing in pain, he continues on to grab his spear. He tosses it back at the creature, then swims to catch up. It dodges both, but Aquatus kicks it in the head again. It spirals down. Aquatus grabs his spear, but is rammed in the back by the orca. Pain shoots through his lower back, and the beast prepares to swallow him. Aquatus spins off its nose and stabs along its side. The beast writhes in pain. More blood leaks into the water. The orca is slowing down, but still has some fight left in it. As it begins to circle Aquatus, he's ready for its charge. It blitzes forward, but Aquatus grabs it by the nose. It propels him through the water as he strains to stop it. Once again, it dives towards the surface of the trench. Aquatus is ready and releases his grip, letting the orca smash face first into the trench. Then he grabs it by the tail and begins to spin it around. He slams it a few times before throwing it into the air. With one of his more powerful throws, he sends his spear through its side. The orca slowly begins to drift down until it comes to a rest on the trench's surface. Aquatus takes a moment to catch his breath. Seems I spoke too soon. I should have known better. I won't make that mistake again. The beast is no more, as Aquatus is the victor of another battle. In the evening of the following day, Aquatus is once again on patrol. As he exits the trench, he's greeted to an unexpected surprise. He sees his mother swimming in the area. Mother? Nikias! Septima swims over to him and embraces her son. What are you doing here? It's dangerous. Just yesterday, I had to fight that. Aquatus points at the orca's carcass. Looks deadly. She looks closer, then sharply turns her head to him. Did you eat that? I don't have much choice. She shakes her head. Fortunately for you, I planned ahead. She unties the barrel off her back and sets it down. Aquatus follows her. She opens it, and Aquatus's eyes go wide. I assumed you may be hungry, so I brought some of your favorites. Poseidon's holy trident! You're the greatest! Nikias doesn't know where to begin until he sees a lobster. He reaches for it, but his mother grabs his finger, a serious look on her face. Nikias, you've only been here for a few days. Have you forgotten proper decorum? Sorry. Septima takes time getting the meal set for the both of them. When she's done, the two begin to eat. Nikias eats his fill. Enjoying yourself? Mm-hmm. Nikias continues to eat while his mother looks on with happiness. How have you been, my son? I've been better. Coming out here wasn't fun. I've had terrible meals, fighting sea monsters nearly every day, and I haven't been sleeping well. Yesterday's fight was particularly rough. Are you hurt? A little. I'll tend to that later. For now, there's something else we need to discuss. Nikias swallows hard, and his mother's face shifts from warmth to her simmering anger. You should have told me what you were planning. Then you wouldn't have let me compete. Oh, am I so resistant to your ideas? On this I'm sure you would have been, which is my right as your mother to protect you from making bad choices. Everything was going fine until the general ruined it. Yes, and now you're here for the rest of your life. Aquatus goes silent. My eldest son, sentenced to die. Did you forget that you and your brothers are all I have left? No. Then why would you go behind my back? Because, Mom, sometimes you're too protective of us. Yes, I know, it's your job. But we want to explore. I'm not opposed to you exploring your surroundings, but we don't have the same luxuries as others. We can't ever go home. So risking your life to compete in a tournament was foolish. Aquatus sighs. I know. I just remember Father talking about how exciting these were. How he always wanted to compete but never did. I guess in a way, I did it for him. I understand why you're upset, but I hope you can see why I didn't inform you of my intentions. The two are silent. You and he both love to compete. One of many traits you share. If he were here, you know he'd be on my side. Then he'd slip me an extra oyster after dinner. Septima smiles and laughs. He always knew how to ease tensions. He was incredible. He was. Now I've lost you the same way I lost him. He didn't tell me his plans either. I don't believe he wanted to. When both sides of our family refused to aid us, that's when I knew it was going to be us against the world for all time. You've done a wonderful job. Have I? I'm not dead yet. Sooner or later, these beasts, they'll... Perhaps. But I'm hoping that I survive long enough to have the king reconsider. Boundless optimism. You get that from him, too. Actually, he always said that was your trait. Septima smiles and looks at him. I suppose you're right. What am I going to do with you? Keep bringing me barrels of my favorite foods? Yes, I can manage that. How's everyone back in the village? Everyone misses you. They wanted to come, but I refused. Too dangerous. Coral misses you the most, I wager. Really? Why? Secrets to be revealed later. Aquatus looks confused. Septima is stunned her son doesn't put it together. You're certainly as obtuse as your father. Oh, your brother wanted you to have this. She hands him the spyglass. Ah, Damon. Never thought he'd give this up. He wants you to bring it back to him. Then I will. Septima holds out her arms and hugs him. The two embrace for a while. Oh, my child, I hope you know, despite my anger, I still love you. I love you too, Mom. Good. Now then, where have you been sleeping? The trench floor, usually. That simply won't do. Mom, you need to leave as well. Why? You'll protect me. The two begin to swim around the trench. Septima finds a wall damaged by one of his battles. With a bit of work, the two make a small room for Nikias. Once they're done, Septima shakes the dirt and grime from her hands. See? That wasn't so bad. It won't be the most comfortable, but better than whatever you were doing. Thanks, Mother. You're welcome, my son. The two embrace once again as Septima and Nikias admire their hard work. Hey there, Dragonverse fans. Big Green Dragon here. I hope you all enjoyed what you just listened to, as Aquatus Season 1 is officially underway. We have plenty more in store, so stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. And until then, take care. Dragon out.